Hi, this is Cheryl St.Pierre. In this video, we're going to make these adorable dangling filigree leaf and clay earrings. So it's got the clay in between, but I mean, you could do this without the clay if you wanted. You could put 3 leaves on there and have them just flutter around. But I just thought it was so cute. You could do whatever color you wanted. You could put fall colors. You could do a pink. You could do a blue. The sky's the limit. And if you wanted to, instead of chain here, you could put a bead connector instead. You know, just add some glitz if you wanted. But lots of options there. And I'd like you to, if you enjoy this video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe and hit the bell, because then you'll get notifications of all my tutorials. And I'm offering to make kits for this if for those that are interested. Please write in the comments if you are interested in me making up a kit for you just to assemble it. I'll make the clay for you and everything, and it'll be in my Facebook group that you can join. You don't have to join. You can comment on it even without joining. But it's just polite to join if you're going to do stuff like that. And then you can see what else I have available. It's still very small, but you could take a look around and help me out that way. As well as, the links. I'll have links for most of the stuff, and they are affiliated, but when you click on it, it does help me. So please feel free to click. You don't have to buy, just feel free to click on one, and you know, it helps me more than you realize. Okay, thank you. And let's go on to the tools, tools we need. So you are going to need a pin drill. So a pin vise, actually, with a tiny drill bit. And so I buy, yes, I bought my drill bits on Amazon. I will put the link for the tiny, they're the super small. This isn't even the smallest one in the kit. So I will link you up with that, and I'll link you up with a pin vise. This one wasn't very high quality at all, so I went for the least expensive one, and maybe that wasn't such a great idea. I think I would have rather had a plastic insert because then it bends easier. I literally had to pry this one apart with, what did I need to use? A paring knife, and split it apart in order to get the drill bit in. That's how small it was. I could have, small enough for a piece of paper pretty much. Okay, and what else? You're gonna need your chain nose pliers. You don't need your round nose pliers, and you need your snips and your ruler. And I used, for the clay, I used my pasta machine that's meant for clay, and I've used my Dremel with the yellow brush. And let's see, what else am I using? I think that's it for the tools. Okay, so for supplies, I'm going to leave describing the clay last because it'll take the longest. But you're going to need a craft knife or exacto knife. That's what I grew up calling it, was an exacto knife, but I hear people call them craft knives. Your filigree leaves, which I'm going to try and find as many links as I can for the description for purchasing stuff. I mean, you don't need to do just leaves. It could be, you could do this with any type of filigree that you would think was appropriate, and there's lots out there. I mean, use the link for the Amazon to go look what's available there. And you're of course going to need ear wires, and because I'm using gold colored, I'm using store-bought instead of handmade. But I am making my own jump rings. Now, I've got a couple here. I'm not sure what size will be appropriate until the end. And that's something like a lot of people have a stock of jump rings in different sizes. I mean, by all means, go with that or make your own to fit. And let's see what, oh, right, chain. I'm going to find, I couldn't find Blue Moon chain in the Canada Amazon, but I don't know if I can in the US either. But this is inexpensive chain, and I will search out chain that would be similar to it and put the links that you don't have to do the looking if you don't want. But just to keep it all in the same color family. You know, this package isn't even opened yet. I didn't realize that. And I think that's everything. Yes. Wow. That's not that much. Okay, so the clay. This is just scrap clay. You could choose whatever color you wanted. You could, like, this is just a mixture of different clays to get the right, you know, color I wanted. I actually can see a little bit of blue still in there. I made it a little bit bluer. And the gold glitter, I've only got a small amount, but it just gives it a lift. Rolled on number 4 on my pasta machine, and my pasta machine starts at a number 1, so that's the 4th one in, right? So that if your pasta machine starts at 0, do 3. Okay, so I don't want it too thick because it's going to be sitting between 2 layers of the filigree, and the filigree, believe it or not, is going to protect it a little bit, I guess. I'm not sure how, but yeah, I'm still experimenting here too. So I want to make sure there's no imperfections on the clay, so I'm using parchment paper. That's my preference. You could use just printing paper, but the parchment paper I can see through a little bit, and then it peels off so nice. So I don't like to bake on the parchment paper because it curls too easy. The cardstock tends to keep its shape a little bit better than it's being flat. When I bake this, however, I'm going to be baking it between 2 tiles, and that will keep it flat. I find it gets less air bubbles when you do that. And actually doing this with the parchment paper will help with bubbles too. I mean, the little tiny ones, the ones you don't see and can come up to the surface. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to cut out the leaf because we don't have a cutter to match. But I want it to be bigger than the leaf itself. I want it to stick out. So I'm going to cut along here, along the edge, and I'm holding the leaf down. Be careful not to cut yourself. But I'm not going all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to pick up this leaf, and it's sticking to the clay now. I guess I pushed it a little hard. That's okay. I can use the... So if you see what I did, I moved to the right and I moved down, and probably should do it about the same distance for, down and to the right. And now I'm going to cut along this side right to the bottom now. So when you do this, you might have to go a second time around with the shape. It's just going to be slightly bigger. It's not a huge amount. Okay, so there's one. And if you really wanted to, you could take and trace that out on the paper instead of, and then use a piece of paper on your clay. So I'm just going to peel this off. Oh wow, it's stuck to the cardstock. And I'm gonna actually try and scrape this off like this. And we're gonna have to do some sanding, but it's got the basic shape. It's got the heart, what we need. And I'm gonna go just roll this out. I'm gonna pause while I do that. Okay, that didn't take long. I guess I could have left it on, but I just feel uncomfortable because I never know how long it's going to take me. So we're going to do the exact same process for our second one. Oh, I wonder if I've been in screen the whole time. I think I have. Okay, so I'm going to stop around there. Move it down to the right. Oh, you're going to need 4 of these because we're putting one at the front and one at the back. But I'm sure you knew that already, probably, because at the beginning, the earrings will be done. Oh, for sanding, because we will have to sand because these edges are quite rough. I'm using my Dremel, but you could use wet, dry sandpaper to sand the edges as well. What we could do too is do some smoothing right beforehand, and then I keep losing my voice. And then there's less sanding to do. So for those that don't want to do clay, I can offer, actually I can offer the entire kit until I run out of supplies, that is, if you're interested. Or I can sell just some leaves made ahead of time if you're doing these exact leaves. What else? Yeah, on my Facebook group link that I have there below with all the other links. And bear in mind that my links to Amazon are going to be affiliate links. Smooth it out. They might not be exact, but pretty good. And we can figure out where the top and the bottom, because they do look a little bit different, but that's gonna be okay. Remember, they're handmade. I'm gonna smooth it out one more time. I'm not used to doing clay on camera. I really enjoy doing the clay though. I really do. I find it very relaxing. I like to experiment, and I think that's why I like the clay, because I always wanted to do lampwork glass, but because of my wrists and hands, that's just not an option for me. So this is my next best option here. Okay, so that is ready to go in the oven. So I'm going to put it between 2 pieces of cardstock, and then put it with a tile on top and bottom. I use my toaster oven. I love using my toaster oven. I have a thermostat inside my toaster oven so that I can tell the temperature, and I always check 6-7 minutes in to see if it's to temperature. Of course, I got the convection style toaster oven with the fan. And I find that having the 2 ceramic tiles holds the heat steady. Or, I mean, just having the tile in there, even one tile does that. So I just find that it works, and that's great. So now I'm off to bake this in the oven, and I will be back when they are done, when we can do the finishing off. Okay, so the leaves are finished, and I just need to take them off the paper. They're quite thin, but they should work. The next step is actually to get my Dremel, and I'm just going to use the yellow brush on it, but you could use the wet sandpaper and water. When I use this, I don't need to wear a mask because really I think what's happening is it melts it off with friction, because I don't get any debris in the air when I do it. So, but if you try this and you do, then wear a mask. Okay, so I'm not going to, well, here, I can see how noisy it is. I guess that's not bad. So I'm just pulling it along the edge, and it just takes it off. It makes it, it gives it like a melted edge. And that what's flying there is actually, I'll show you, is just little pieces of lint. That's what flew off the brush. Not, yeah, there's no powder here, nothing. It's just, it just melts it. Okay, and I'll do this one too. There, done. That easy. Okay, so now I got to figure out what's top and bottom. And we're going to put, we're using 4 of these. We're going to put one on the front and one on the back. Now I'm going to take the hardier top for the hole. And the reason why, going like this, the reason why I want, oh, I should quickly buff that a little bit. Okay, what was I saying? The reason why? Oh, the reason why I wanted it bigger is to give more room. Because if I made it the exact same size, I would have not much distance between the hole and the edge, and it could pull through rather easily. So I wanted it a little bit lower, like about so. And you know what? It looks good. You just have to make sure you have facing the right way. I think it's like that. Yeah. So that's what I gotta figure out, where to drill the hole by putting it like that. And I think right there, I'm gonna mark it. And that's where the hole will go. I'm just going to slide that back through a couple times. There, nice clean hole. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Now this one has 2 pointy edges. Yeah, so about there. Okay. Mark it right there. Now if this point gets up too high, I can snip it off with the wire cutters, because it's thin enough and soft enough that it won't hurt the wire cutters. Because this one doesn't have as much. So I could snip it and then I could buff it again. But I don't know, it might be just fine. Let's see. No, I better snip it just a little bit. And it looks okay like that. I could round it out, but yeah, like that. That works. That easy. Okay, so now it's ready. I think I'm going to use the bigger, I mean, you can play around with whatever size works for you, but I've made these jump rings myself. I think I said that already. And I will link up the brass wire, jeweler's brass. Oh, and I'm going to, might as well cut the chain ahead of time. That's not sure how much chain we want. We could start with 1 inch and make it shorter. Maybe 3/4 of an inch would be enough too. I think 1 inch would look really nice. Yeah, I'm going to do 1 inch. I will do 1 inch. Okay, I'm noticing the end isn't very nice, so I'm going to snip off that end. And then I will measure 1 inch. So that's approximately 1 inch. And I don't need the ruler for the second measurement because I'm just going to stick it on a piece of scrap wire and put the end on a piece of scrap, the same piece of scrap wire, and then you just make it the same. Okay, so I have to cut that one. Okay, that's those links really fly, so you got to be careful to protect your eyes. Okay. So we will put that on. How do we want this? Oh, I dropped the leaf. I'm just going to get another one. Does it go this way? I believe it does. Okay, so I've got them in order. Oops, I was out of screen, wasn't I? Okay, 1, 2, this way. You have to pay attention. 3. Okay, it should be ready to close. There, it's got, so if the leaf swirls around, it doesn't matter because it's got it. And I like the fact that it's got freedom of movement and swing. So that's good. That's good. Okay. And now I will just put it on the ear wire. So these are quite easy to make. Oh, they're so cute. I love it. That's cute. Okay, so I'm going to quickly get the other one done. Okay, so if you want, because they are going in slightly opposite directions, you could reverse them. It's very minimal, so I don't think it would matter, but I'm going to. So I want them facing that way. And hopefully I think I've got it the wrong way. Yes, I'm going to quickly flip it around. And I didn't pay attention as to what way, because the ball got in my way on the ear wire. Yeah, I think I've got it. Okay. Trial and error with that one for sure. Okay. Then you just have to remember to put your little ear backs. I'll actually try and find a link for that too, for the ear backs. Here. I will get a picture of them. Just hang on. So I bought myself a package of earring backs recently on Amazon, and it comes in a Ziploc bag, but then it's got this fancy Ziploc bag for you to dump all the ear backs in. I thought that was cool. I like the bag. It has a little bit of debris in it, but overall it's a really good deal. I can't remember how much it was, but I'll see if the US has it available too. Probably better price than what I got it, but I still think I got a phenomenal price with this. I won't run out for a few years. I tend to go through a lot though, because I like to give all my customers, when I have plenty, I tend to give extras. So yeah, these keep the earrings in place, and then you don't lose your earrings. There. Okay. So, yeah, I was going to say, with the Amazon links, please click on them. Even if you don't intend to buy anything, just take a look around, because it does help me out. And, yeah, the more you can do it, like you do it once every day, it would, just one click once every day really, really will help my channel out. And I appreciate your help that way. So, thank you for watching my video and joining me, and God bless. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.